Welcome back to my corner of the internet, guys. I am the Lucid Dream, and this is going to be a follow-up video on Stuttering Donni Audits. Not that we didn't get enough of him the first time, but this is the conversation with the supervisor in the courthouse, and you gotta see this. After speaking to Andre Sloan, who was able to confirm that this man was born in 1978, he is a whopping 45 years old. We did learn that he has a very, very long criminal history, including some prison time. So that might account for his aged appearance. First and foremost, thank you to all of my channel members and subscribers. Without you, I would not be here. So as always, every day, thank you. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Off of the wallet.
Because if you take the chain off the wallet, it destroys the wallet. It's made not to be removed so that way if somebody tries to snatch it, they can't break the wallet.
No, the little metal ring.
It's
Why
not.
don't you just take the chain?
You can't. It destroys the wallet. But this is my point. He just let a person in. You're saying that this chain is a weapon, but it's the same thing for the straps on a woman's pocketbook. But you don't confiscate that. The diaper bag that has straps and other items. That chain that they carry is considered a weapon. That could be used to hurt me. You cannot violate my Fourth Amendment rights to uphold a policy.
You do understand that this is not the first time you've been instructed that that chain is not going back there, right? And you understand you've been told you can simply take it off.
And I simply instructed you that.
Or there's options not to bring it in entirely?
No, because that's still violating my Fourth Amendment right. I have the right to be safe and secure in my property and identity. By taking my wallet, you're violating that Fourth Amendment right. My rights come before any policy, anything. This is why our forefathers.
Would you let me speak for a second?
No, because your officer was in the wrong. The way that she attacked me, her racial comments, moving all the Hispanic people to another room, telling them that he's a wicked, white, scary man. This is coming out of her mouth. I got it on video. Yes, I got it on video.
Okay, so do me a favor. Send me that video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, you just go to Stuttering Donni Audits, and you're gonna see that your two ass clowns here are gonna be YouTube stars. So, ma'am, you cannot take away my constitutional speech. Take away my First Amendment. Please, I dare you.
Did you say it's Donnie?
Yes.
Is it on YouTube?
Yes.
So your claim of her making racial comments is on YouTube. Is that what you're telling me?
It's going to be here when I leave here.
Okay.
Yes, because my fans love people like these people that do not understand that, especially as a city employee, because your contract is with the city, which makes you a public servant. When somebody asks for your name and your job title, it is city policy that you must provide it. Period.
Okay.
She didn't. See, do you see this aggression from this man?
No,
this man has been.
Aggression. It's just
what?
letting you speak. I want you to be able to speak. Okay.
No.
Listening.
But from the first time I came in and I let him take my wallet, and in my head I'm like, well, this is a violation of my Fourth Amendment right. So I made some phone calls and I did some research, and if the chain is attached to the wallet, that is still considered violation of my Fourth Amendment right.
Okay. Can I clarify a couple things for you?
You can't clarify because these are facts, these are laws.
Allow me to clarify.
Go ahead, I'll let you talk.
Okay.
He really is like a train wreck. It's almost impossible to look away, but he just gets worse and worse every time he opens his mouth. I can tell you for a fact, I've had to check my purse in certain government buildings. I have a Michael Kors purse that has a chain for a shoulder strap. I've had to check that multiple times. I actually don't fly with that purse for that reason, because it's a pain in the ass. So him whining about the chain on his wallet when he's been told every single time he comes there not to bring that wallet or to take the chain off is just pathetic. Like, massively pathetic.
One, the chain can easily come off of the wallet. Number two, they're not taking anything. You're voluntarily surrendering it temporarily into safe, secure storage that only you're getting access to when you're leaving, so that you have it again.
Okay.
If you don't want them to be involved with that chain at all, please don't bring the chain into the secured area.
Okay, first of all, when they threaten me with not being able to see the judge, that's taken. You're taking it by force. You're saying either you give me that, I'm going to either let us violate your Fourth Amendment right, or you're not going to see the judge.
That might be your interpretation.
No, that's
but
what came out
not
their
the
mouth.
truth.
That's what came out their mouth and the city employees, because I'm heading down, when I leave here, I'm going down to the city management office, and I'm going to show them the video from the very first time. Last week when I came in, he didn't take it at all. He didn't say nothing to me because he knew I had my camera on. And now when I came in, because the dude that was behind the desk, he was a more calm, more respectful human being, and he knew that guy wasn't going to let him get away with that. But he knew that she's very aggressive. She's a feminist activist. Just sitting in here, I did research on both of them.
Okay.
So and
I think-
preaching CRT to your employees, being woke, is, you know what they say, right? You go woke, you will go broke.
Okay. I think
So Donnie's last known address was a homeless shelter, so what's his excuse? Because obviously he's broke.
I think you're making a whole lot of assumptions
No.
that you don't have any basis for. But
Really?
what I would like to discuss with you is, please don't.
No,
bring
it's
the chain
no. The
back
law
in.
states, the law and my constitutional right states that if this is attached to my wallet is where I keep secure my identity.
And you
Is
have
part of
every
that.
right to take your identity out of your wallet.
No, I
You
do
can
not.
take everything
You don't
out
ask
of
a
your
woman
wallet
to
in
take
your
her.
pocket.
You don't ask a woman to leave her pocketbook behind. She got large straps on her that she could use to choke somebody out.
I'm gonna be, sir. There are plenty of times where over at other places that we are doing with purses too, when they have metal chains on them. Okay.
You're really not a den to take everybody into another. Everybody that came, I loved it because everybody that came in was Hispanic, and they're telling, "Oh, I'm gonna put you in this room to get away from the scary white man
Okay.
with the camera."
Again, if that's on video,
It is.
I will go look for it later today.
It is, and it's crazy that
Could
they have no professionalism,
Okay.
no nothing.
Could you repeat the address for me on YouTube so I can find it?
Stuttering Donni Audits.
Stuttering Donni Audits.
Yeah, Donnie with a Y.
With what?
I'm not trans. I'm not femme. It's a Y, not a IE.
Okay. Nobody was saying anything about you, sir.
Well, I know it's just the way your employees treat straight white people between the ages of 35 and 55 is very woke and very racist.
Okay. I'm not sure where
Because-
you get this belief from.
Because
but
hold on.
I can't
Let me
change your belief.
let me ask you this question: what would you have done if I was Hispanic and I'm sitting in the lobby waiting to see the judge, and every white person that came in, they put in a different room? Can you answer the question?
I don't know what happened. I don't know what your behavior was.
It doesn't matter what my
I don't know
behavior is because
circumstances are. I
it doesn't
don't
matter.
know
Look,
if
I am
there
a
was
free.
any
I'm a free.
cause for anybody
I'm a
to
free
take
American,
place.
and to tell me that I cannot, that you're going to take my rights that our forefathers gave us, that your company supposedly hire what, all ex-military?
Not all, but
I remember, Mary, right? Y'all fought for the Constitution, but you're not willing to uphold the Constitution in America.
Okay, we have-
That is sad, man.
we
Isn't
have a
it?
difference of opinion and a difference
This
of
is fact.
understanding on case law and constitutional law on this. But
It's fact. Look it up.
multiple times, even the court staff has told you that chain's not going back there. You know that you have other options with it.
No, I do not.
That's-
You don't tell a woman that she has another option with her pocketbook or her diaper bag.
we tell people they have other options.
You're
with it
lying to me.
all day long.
You're lying to me. I just watched them. I just recorded them. Let 3 females in with large straps and chains on, that their wallet is hooked to their purse, and they did not take it. And I got that all. And I got all that on video.
Then I will watch for it on YouTube.
And you can't say that 300,000 people are wrong and you're right.
Not sure what the reference is to that, but do you have any other questions or any? I wanted to try to talk to you, see if you
What?
possibly understand our side of this. I wanted to
There,
hear what you had to
there is
say
no
about
side because
the
I wasn't going into a courtroom. Now, if I was going into a courtroom and the judge gave that order, then I had to respect that judge order. But outside the courtroom, I don't have to because it's my rights as American. Doesn't matter what the sign
It's a
says.
secured area.
But it's open to the public. It's not a restricted area.
It is a secured area, and there are limitations on what goes back there.
Okay, then you have to take away them drawstrings that your company carry IDs on because they are considered weapons and they're behind a secure area. You
That's
can't.
your impression.
No, you can. You cannot ask the public to do something and not enforce it upon your employees. That's like being a cop enforcing the law and not following the law. Am I right or wrong?
Okay. Your impression of what's allowed back there and what's not are different than mine.
Well, I'll tell you, you're going to have this problem every time I come in for court. You're going to have this issue because I am not going to do that.
Okay. So you are choosing to continue.
Yes.
Okay.
And you're going to continue. And then when I walk into your office with a federal lawsuit for the violation of my Fourth and First Amendment right, then we'll be having a different discussion. Then you will do things a different way, okay, because I know that you're woke.
What is the claim?
I have to assume one of two things. He has a couple of shorts where he references people being taken out of the room. I don't know that they actually were, but I can assume if they were, it's because of one or two things. Either his smell, because, I mean, look at him. I imagine that the smell is probably pretty pungent. Or two, his attitude and his behavior. That is also equally as probable. I know it is never going to happen. I know it's not. But there is a part of me that wants him to be able to file this lawsuit so we can have the entertainment of watching it burn to the ground. Like, I want to see the disappointment on his face when he realizes what an idiot he is. I felt mildly sorry for him when I thought he was an old man that was possibly just taking the wrong route. Now that I know his criminal record and the fact he's only 45, so he's old enough to know better, I don't feel sorry for him.
What is the claim on First Amendment? So that
Huh?
I understand.
When I just was talking, she told me to watch my language, not to talk. The Supreme Court ruled I'm Italian, so I talk with my hands. Okay. That is considered freedom of speech. Even if I use curse words, that is freedom of speech. You cannot tell me not to do that in here, out there, anywhere in public. You cannot violate my First Amendment right, and he done it several times since I've been here, since I've been coming here for this court date. And the female Rachel, the first time I came in, he took my wallet. Do you remember that? When she bluntly said to my face, "I fucking hate straight white men."
I am almost positive I cracked my skull with how hard my eyes rolled into the back of my head when I heard him say that.
And I got that on video too. So I'm building a case against you. Well,
You've uploaded it by now, right?
Huh?
You've uploaded it by now, right?
That's up to you to find out. But you will find out in the next week or so, because not only do I got video of your security here, I got them all over the city, violating people's rights. They don't know the difference between public and private property. They don't know nothing. They just want to enforce what they feel and think. Your feelings and your thoughts is not the law. And your policy is not the law. So if you want to continue to violate people's rights, because just like I told this clown over here, all I'm doing is stockpiling. Videos after video. So then when it comes time to get prestige into a federal courtroom, you can't say that I didn't know this was happening, because you teach it, you push it, and you practice it.
Okay. Your opinion on what's happening behind the scenes, but I wanted to come talk to you because I knew you were here, and I knew that there was
just the action of your security guard.
Disagreement.
You got some really good security guards. I'm not gonna lie. Like the guy that was here last week, that was behind the desk, and he was over here. Great dude, very polite. You do got some really cool ones, but for the majority, they have no authority. Your authority means nothing. Your job is to observe and report. She was about to put her hands on me twice. Got that on video. Denying me to see a judge.
Okay, then I will watch for that.
Yeah.
And if there's a problem with that violates policies, procedures, laws, things like that, then I can address it. That's why I'm asking.
Well,
you.
okay. I'm asking you right now in front of you.
I was speaking for a second.
Go ahead.
I've let you have more than ample time to speak.
Go ahead, because you're going to prove my point here in a minute.
I'm asking you if a certain incident that you were talking about was uploaded on video, because if it's not and you don't let me see it, then I don't have anything to actually gauge.
But you got cameras in here?
Of what's going on, okay? So,
But this is a behavior that is the one thing that's fact. When the majority outweigh the minimum, like you got some real a handful of really good guards, great people. But the majorities are like these people. They got this complex. I'm a security guard, so I'm going to wreck your world, and you're going to do what I say. Look, I love it. I love him laughing. He turning pink. Okay, now that I'm standing in front of you, her boss, as a city employee, when a member of the public asks for your name and your job title, you have to tell them that is the policy of the city. That's from the city manager, from the chief of police, all the way down the line, to city workers, to everybody. So, are you going to have her identify herself? Or are you not going to have her identify herself and violate the city policy?
I have not seen a city policy where that applies to contractors.
It does. When you,
Okay, well, I haven't seen it. That's what I'm saying, sir.
how don't you notice?
Considering one of the things he went to prison for was stalking and stalking with credible threat, I don't blame her at all for not wanting to tell him her name.
This is things that you are supposed to know. It just proves your ignorance and your wokeness. It does, because you're not willing to discipline your officers. You're not willing to give them, you'll give them classes on critical race theory, on how the color of somebody's skin matters, and if they white with blue eyes, treat them like trash.
I have no idea where you're getting that impression from.
All your security guards, the majority of your security guards, treat straight white men, and they will say it. You white straight, I got videos of it. Oh, especially the one over here at the library. When I take my nephews over there to play, I got them on video telling, you white motherfucker, get the fuck out of here.
Which library?
The Old Town Library.
Okay.
Hispanic dude, about 50-ish.
I'm not familiar with that.
Well, he wears your uniform.
I'm not disagreeing with you because I don't know either way.
You know, but even other places, even like I'm parking my car in a public city garage on the top floor. Your guard tell me I can't be there. I park my car. Why can't I be there? And it's public. You can't stop me from being in public places. Yeah. And you're going to see same thing I did here. You're going to see all the Fort Collins cops. Not all of them, just two in particular, that once you get on my radar, my job is to get him and her fired, demolished. They should not be guards at all, period. And if y'all don't do it, when I walk in with a federal lawsuit, part of my lawsuit is that you fire them two with prejudice and they can never get another security job anywhere in America. And that's the only thing I would sue you for, is to make sure they get fired and with prejudice where they can't get no other jobs as security guards. That would be the only base of my, not one penny, because I would not make the taxpayers pay for their stupidity.
Even if there was information that I had that they were violating policies and disrespecting people and things like that, and it led to a termination, I certainly cannot control what anybody else in the country is going to do.
Yeah, yes, you can, because you could attach to their fire report about how they don't understand the Constitution, they violate people's constitutional right, they judge people. Well, look, this is great. Look, they're smoking, they're laughing. Look at this, no professionalism. They're doing it right in front of you.
I had to speed that up a little bit. That was just, it's too much. After a certain point, the dude never shuts the fuck up. Like, I'm surprised he was even breathing. He never shuts the fuck up. And the lies that come out of this man's mouth are just unbelievable. I mean, yeah, you gotta lie to fraud it, but holy crap. I'm going to be contacting this courthouse. I know they are probably already aware how to file a privacy strike. He was fully upfront with where his YouTube channel is. They know where the videos are. But But I'm going to do it anyway, just to tell them, I am so sorry that you have to deal with this psychopath on a seems like daily basis. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you would like to see, and I will catch you on the next one.